Dear friends, it has been 19 years since we were called by God to come here to Baton Rouge and establish the ministry of the Mission Foundation. And now, after all these years, we're having this opportunity to thank you in this most direct and personal way for all that you've done to make our work possible. Well, there are three different arenas that have been our primary focus in ministry over these years. The first one is God called me to go down to the Louisiana state capitol. I'm a seventh generation Louisianan. And since I was a boy, I have wanted to make some contribution to my state. And it's been a great, great privilege to minister to our House of Representatives and to our Senate and to other political leaders on the state level and in other levels of government. We do a weekly Bible study prayer breakfast, for example, at the state capitol for both the House and the Senate. I've done that for the last 13 years. So we're thankful to the Lord for that opportunity. I'm also involved in ministry to men in the marketplace through the Gathering of Men, for whom I have served as executive director since 1993. This ministry, again, is to men of all denominations. I've also served with other men's ministries and have even organized men's ministries in England and in Ethiopia. So it's been a great joy to minister to men in many different places. And then there is another aspect of our ministry that we are extremely thankful to God for, and that is our work in the international context. Our involvement internationally actually began 28 years ago when Becky, the boys, and I moved to England for my studies in theology there. And John Stott literally wrapped his arms around us and began to encourage us in ways that caused us to have greater hearts for the entire world. Becky and I have gone to many different countries in Eastern Europe and in Africa and in Asia, especially to train leaders. Now, I have been involved in work with pastors and other church leaders, focusing on their skill in expository preaching. But I've also taught at a seminary in Ukraine. I've taught at a Bible college in Uganda, and have served in a variety of ministries in those different countries. Beck, however, has been involved in ministry to women and has employed her gifts in that realm.
I've been especially thankful for the opportunity to minister alongside Rodney in these different contexts, some of the different contexts. In our work overseas, I've seen a wonderful emphasis among the women on prayer. However, there hasn't been so great an emphasis on Bible study. So one of the things that I've enjoyed doing is helping them understand the importance of Bible study, both in their personal lives as well as among the women in their churches, and how that will impact then their own lives, their families, and their churches, but then their culture as well. I've also enjoyed the opportunity to encourage women to understand the importance of a multiplying, discipling ministry, and that this takes place first of all in their home as they minister to their children and disciple their own children and minister to their husbands, but also then again as they reach out to their friends in their context wherever they are. So I'm especially thankful for the opportunity to be able to minister alongside Rodney and have the opportunity to have an impact on women, both here in the United States when I have the opportunity to teach here, but also overseas in those international contexts. I'm very thankful, so appreciative of all that you have done to enable us to do that work. Thank you.
So we do want to thank you very, very much. Again, our primary purpose in the Mission Foundation is to see the emergence of mission-minded men and women who will make an enduring commitment to Christ and to His purposes in this world. So we pray that maybe this little word of thanksgiving will be more than an expression of our appreciation, but it might possibly be an encouragement to you to pursue the mission that God has for you.